On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Philie with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 9, recorded live on December 12th, 2014. My name is Philie. Check me out on Twitter at Philie.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Tomas, and you can check me out on Twitter at TOMAS_VILLEGAS. That may confuse some of you, but Google me. You'll find me.
And it's also on the screen, right where your mouth is, actually, because, yeah.
Right.
Well, the other way. There. Oh, now you're too far. There you go. Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, so a couple of quick announcements I want to quickly let you guys know about. But before I go into my announcements, can you do a quick little spiel on what Drop a Toy is so everyone knows?
Yeah, everybody. Those of you who are new here, I was in the Marine Corps prior to all of this internet madness. And while I was in the Marine Corps, I did a lot of stuff with Toys for Tots. Check out Toys for Tots, and that's TOYSFORTOTS.org. And just look into what they do. They give Christmas toys to children. We're running a little campaign right now regards to that. Hashtag drop a toy. If you go to a place near you and donate a toy, that would be great. Hashtag us, and that'll give us a heads up that you donated. And then we're gonna compile all these pictures of people and make like a thank you video to you guys. It's Christmas time, kids are less fortunate, so I'm passionate about helping our community out.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. That wasn't a very good spiel, but voicefortots.org, check it out.
Check it out, guys. And if you do so happen to send a picture of you making a donation, do like one of these. You can't even see Tomas, but I'm making I guess I don't know. You'll see it on the screen in a little bit. But if you make this, that shows that you're part of the swashin crew when you made a donation. I'm going to be making a donation, but it's all about that selfie. If I don't get the good selfie, then, the montage isn't going to be that good because I got to get the selfie going. But yeah, so make sure you checked it out. You made a video about it. So did Carlos, who was on episode whatever. I forget what episode he was on, but he was on Pimp My Setup. And yeah, make sure you check that out. Quick announcement. I want to let you guys know about the fact that I'm making a new show. So stay tuned for that. And depending on when you watch this, I'm also going to be doing a geek out. And if the geek out already happened, I should have a link to it. It's going to be with Chris Perillo, Barnacles, and John Prosser, and maybe more. And other than that, I don't really think there's too much to talk about other than the fact that you could go to pimpmysetup.com/Q. Now you can see every setup that's going to be in every episode, and you can find your setup. And if you did not receive an email saying, hey, submit your setup for this, then you have to wait until we open it for public access. But that's besides the point. So enough with the talking. Let's get into the setups. First setup is submitted by Kyle. And, well, it's actually pretty funny because he's one of the developers behind the new Q. So he got a fast pass, and that's why he's on the show today. And we'll talk more about, how he developed everything in a later episode. But you know what? I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. Tomas, right off the bat, what do you have to say about this setup?
The wire management. It looked like mine. It's bad. Geeky Nerd Dad was getting at me for a while about how my wires were all over the place. And if you check out one of my videos, my Apogee video, you can see all my wires just all over the place. And having watched this show now, I've finally got my wire game in order. It's not on point, but it's in order.
Yeah, I saw your tweet. I don't know how long ago it was, but you had like the K blocks and everything. Or yeah, you had all the different Velcro straps. That's what it was. But yeah, so cables, man, cables. You'd think producing the creating the Q for the show, you would have a little bit more cable management, but apparently this is his setup at college. So he says he hates unplugging and replugging things in and then bringing it home. But hey, that's no excuse. All right, Kyle, come on, get with it.
No excuse.
There is no excuses in Pimp My Setup.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I feel like you do, even though there's not a lot of stuff on the desk, there's still a lot of stuff on the desk that I guess could be there, but you can find another place for it. And I don't know how I feel about the monitor arrangement. I know it's perfect for coding when you have a vertical monitor, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess it depends when you're sitting in front of the desk and how you feel about it. But I feel like everything's sort of weirdly placed, and it is all running off that MacBook Pro, but still, I don't know how I feel about the placement of everything. So I also think that there's no theme, but
there's a racer. There's something up there. So I mean, I gave points for having at least something. Yeah. As far as having a theme, I don't know. The theme is that he's a coder and he's focused on what it is he's doing. He's not looking around.
yeah, true. I would like to see a little bit more, showing that. But again, see, that's the thing. I can't go off the fact that he's in college and in a dorm room, because then that's like, quote unquote, playing favorites. Like, oh, it's okay that you don't have things hung up because you're in college. You know what I mean? So because of that, I am going to say I want to see more personality in it. And I know he's probably like, all right, douche, like, really? You got to play like that? But it's got to be done.
That's about as far back as he could get.
Yeah.
He was like,
okay, all right. Up on top of my other roommate.
He's probably on the wall.
yeah, exactly. But hey, for being in a dorm room, that's a nice sized desk to have, at least. A lot of people don't even have an L desk, A
lot bigger than what I had.
Yeah, so I think overall, there's not too much to say about it because it's it's so simple. It's just lacking, some love in different areas. But, there's not too much to say about it. We'll get into the score later. But now, let's move on. This one is also a fast pass, and the other ones in this episode are not a fast pass. But this one is a fast pass, and man, I really, really like this one. Honestly, I don't know what it is about it that I love. I think, you know what? There's a lot of personality, right?
For Matt's?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like 2 entry points for his wires. Like, I'm like fixated on that now, and I try to replicate it. Like, you got the power outlet, and then you got whatever's running to your rig, and then that's all you see.
Yeah, and it's Velcro strapped. Even the wires that you do see are completely Velcro strapped.
Yeah,
which is great. And the only thing that I think I really knocked this setup for, and by the way, he's only 14. I mean, that right there is just crazy, and it's a custom built desk. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. But what I really don't like about the setup, which I guess is based off of whatever you feel works, is definitely without a doubt the placement of where the monitors are. I would utilize like the left side of the desk or the right side of the desk for your monitors and all that, and then utilize the rest of the space for your piano, your drums, MIDI drum set, whatever. I hate going to the corner of a desk. I couldn't imagine doing that with mine. Have you ever been in like an L desk and like sat into the corner and it's like,
I work in one every day.
Yeah. Do you like it in the corner?
It doesn't bother me. It gives you the ability to hide your breaks in your monitors. I went to the ultra wide, so I don't have that break anymore. But you know how you have multi-monitor setup and you have that break, between the bezels. Sure. With the corner, you can kind of hide those or lessen them because you can kind of overlap them. So I'm okay with that. The one thing that bothers me is that he has a coat rack as a thing, and I understand he's probably hanging headphones off of it, but it's a coat rack.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I don't like about this setup is that coat rack running around. And it's if he was going to hang it up there, he should have painted it white, the same as the desk.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, I really like that it's sort of a do-it-yourself like shelf / headphone holder, which is really awesome. But I would maybe look to customizing it a little more, especially if you were able to get different sort of hooks. That would look really cool. I don't know. It definitely plays off like a living room, like, I don't know, mom's living room theme.
For sure. So, and I don't know what that thing is in the middle, and I got to get used to talking through this environment because in Hangouts you have to wait.
Oh yeah. So what do you mean the thing in the middle?
What is that? An eraser? You see that like vertical thing right in the middle, right above the center monitor? It's like at a 45-degree angle.
Are you talking about the torch?
Yeah. What is that? Is that
Minecraft?
a torch?
Yeah, it's from Minecraft.
I don't know what that is. I'm too old for that.
It's from Minecraft. It's the torch that it's like a light. It's like, see, that shows personality though, because he's got a little bit of gaming, a little bit of music, a little bit of dinosaurs and photos, and that's cool, right? I mean, you didn't know what the hell it was, but it's still. Yeah,
blew my mind.
Yeah.
I don't.
Everyone in the chat that's like under 20 is like, come on, Tomas, really? But yeah,
Too old for that.
it's really cool. I like, the only thing I find a little weird is the one light, the blue light on top. It's kind of weird there, but I really like this setup. It is so personal, and for 14, it's absolutely amazing. So, I mean, do you have any final thoughts when it comes to the setup?
I like that he has like a couch right there, so you can like pull a chair up, and have somebody like do something on the side, and then he's got a MacBook on the other side. So lots of productivity happening here. Yeah,
he said he actually does. He produces stuff with his brother, which I think is really cool. So hey, if you make some cool beats, let us know. Let us hear it. I wanna see what you got going. But let's move on to the next setup. Now this one, you were saying that you really liked, by Kevin. And he basically says, I'll quickly read this. He said, based on a gaming theme, has all my needs and some decorations, even though I'm planning on getting more. Everything's black, white, red, with the exception of the mouse pad. I'm planning to get 2 more Samsung panels and put them up on a triple monitor mount, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for looking. So, yeah, I think the biggest problem is that it's so like, bleh.
I don't get that feeling.
Well, what I mean by that is not, I mean like all the colors sort of blend, and he needs that pop.
Understood. Yeah.
Like look at the red in his computer. What if he was to accent everything with red? It would look great.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are your thoughts on the setup? Because you said that you really liked it before.
I really like it because he has the same desk that I have, the IKEA Galant, and he figured out how to run everything down that one leg. And it looks freaking fantastic, and he's got his mic stand and everything ready to go. It's prime for productivity, and you got to give him a little, because he's got your website loaded.
Oh yeah. It's funny because when I was telling people to submit their setups for the new queue, I was like, if you put my website, you're gonna get bonus points.
For sure.
Yeah, but I really bow down for your wire management. I mean, that is something else. But then it's like, how do you do so well on the bottom and then just say to the top?
Yeah, where I'm looking.
Yeah, like exactly. That's right in your line of sight. And I think he only needs like maybe 4 or 5 Velcros to have like the neatest looking cable management ever. Blows my mind. But hey, that's something you can improve. So at least we were able to give you some sort of feedback. Obviously over time, upgrading your monitors would be great, but I don't know how. I guess if that placement works, that for you, that's great. But I would love to see it like closer to the other one, maybe like a little tilted, so it sort of works. But if that's how you work, then that's great. But as far as like out of sight, out of mind, I mean, he's really killing it.
Yeah, he even took the time to put his tennis shoes in place of where you would see that lamp.
Yeah, see
that lamp cord. I mean, you can still see it, but I'm still going to give it to him.
And he really thought about everything. I like that about him. He really thought about what we would critique, and he just kind of sold it. One thing, is that mic going to get annoying at times? It does take up a big portion of his desk.
Yeah. Way to solve it is get an arm like you have, and have it hanging off that edge, and then get another arm with a VESA mount and have that other monitor, because it would give nice. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, and the best part is if you don't want the mic in your face, you just push it away. Yeah, so I think that would look great. Definitely red LEDs, things like that. I just love the setup because I feel like it has everything it needs, but it's just all it needs is the personality now. That's why I didn't think that there was too much of a theme. The only thing I could pull out was he's very productive because it's a very like straight and to the point setup.
Yeah. And he likes Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, and I like it too. I got the poster right behind me. I mean, we could be bros now. But overall, I think it's a phenomenal setup without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
So now, I hope we're not going too fast because I feel like we're very straight to the point in this one because they're very simple setups. But hey, it is what it is. So now the next setup is submitted by James Gill, and he said, Cannot put any wires down the back of the desk. All the desk is attached to the wall. Okay. I was going to commend
He
him
must
on...
be from Europe or something because he's got that angled wall.
Yeah.
Is my guess. Look at the plugs. So he's from Europe.
Yeah, the plugs give it away. I thought it was kind of funny, though, like how he said that. I mean, I guess it's good he said that, but I was like, he's got really nice cable management underneath the desk. It's because he has no other choice. I would definitely, oh man, some of the cables, like the screens look awesome. That website looks just phenomenal.
That's on point, man. Best website on the planet.
Really, just wonderful. But man, just a little bit of love can really go a far way when it comes to just taking those cables, telling them who's boss. Okay, that sounds so stupid. Just use some Velcro straps. Nothing crazy. Yes. Cables will be seen because you have no other choice. But if you make them neat, then no one will care. Lay them against the bottom of the top of the desk rather. And as long as they're in one straight row, that's
the outlets are right directly behind it. You could roll them up.
Yeah. I mean,
just a thought.
Does it make you cringe when you look at that, thinking about how easy it is now with a Velcro strap to just clean that up?
Yeah, because I was just as crazy as he was.
Yeah. Well, now once you do it, you realize how good it is,
Yeah. It takes a little bit of work, but his wouldn't take that much work at all.
Oh yeah. It's trust me, it's worth it. It's that feeling of like, yes, finally. And then you have to unplug something and you're like, oh.
Yeah, he started it with the PlayStation 4 over there. It's there. Just do the rest.
Yeah, he probably started and he's like, oh, this is going to be so good. Okay, I'm bored. And he just gave up, which I see a lot of people get bored. But I do think I should make a video at some point explaining how to have amazing cable management that you can actually manage. How many times do you you just started now to do like crazy wire management, but how many times would you go about, tying something up and then you have to unplug it and put it elsewhere and you're just like, really? After just doing all that?
Just from what I learned is put everything in place and then take it down and think about it after you put it in place. Like, oh, that works there. And then go take it all apart and put it back. It made it pretty easy.
And the best part is making sure you're not combining too many cables because then you have like a nest to pull apart and it could be the end of the world. But
keep your audio cables separate. I know people are making really good audio cables and stuff, but you still run the potential of interference. So keep them separate.
Yep. And really, what else would you like to see from James? As far as like adding personality, because it is pretty straightforward. What would you want to see to make it pop?
I don't know. The contrasting drawers with the tabletop is already like on point for me. And then he has a blue tower, and your website's like cued to that. It looks good. I would probably add something to add a little character to the 45-degree angle or whatever angle that is wall. Like put a poster there or something.
Yeah. See that's what those walls are meant for. I always felt like when you have a cool like slanted wall, it's like put a poster on it. Like it looks cool. Obviously within reason, you don't want something that's like stupid. For
sure.
There, but it's perfect. I think it's also screaming LEDs.
Oh yeah, right at the bottom below the panel. We're lighting up where your feet are and stuff.
Yeah. Then again, everything screams LEDs. But
I still haven't made the jump. I'm still thinking.
God, what are you waiting for, man? You got to get them. It's worth it. But
one thing that I couldn't sit at this desk because that is just too cramped of an area. I like to kick my legs out.
Oh yeah, and especially like there's no like that desk is gonna be there for a very long time. So the only way he could like stretch out his feet is if he has them to the complete side or on top of the desk, which that's not comfortable. So
have to invest in a wireless keyboard.
Yeah, yeah, and like
so you can sit back,
beanbag chair or something. But yeah. Overall, it's a pretty interesting setup, and we'll talk more about his score later on. But now let's move on to, well, speaking of LEDs, take a look at Adam's setup. LEDs galore, but does it really help in this setup? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Taking a look here, he is 17, and he is from the UK, and he said he took these photos at 4 a.m. So I guess this is how he actually uses his setup, which... that is pretty exciting.
Usability, I give you a thumbs up, but you must have been drinking. Did you go get some like turkey or something and put it in a plastic bag? And you're like, hey, let me bump up let me lift my monitor up. And let me put this hot food under it or something. What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's actually in the chat, And if you are Adam, please tell us what that is. But what he did say was he plans on upgrading his TV on the left to a new monitor and hanging a bigger TV above it. So I guess that is temporary. The nice little plastic bag from the food store. Yeah, I don't know. But you know what it is? LEDs can be your best friend or your worst enemy. And take a look at your wires down below. It just says, hey guys, look how terrible my wire management is. Right? Like, doesn't it just scream that?
My eyes go right to the plastic bag and then to the garbage can.
Exactly. Seriously, it's like the LEDs are not helping. If you are going to have your LEDs like that, then you really have to have top-notch wire management. You cannot have that outlet, all those cables just sitting there at your feet. First off, you don't want your feet near that, but also if you had all that hidden, it would look a million times better.
Yeah, for sure. You don't know how far he can stand back, though. How big is the room?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he was like,
true,
trying to get it all in the picture.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on that trash bin? It's not the prettiest, right?
No, but he doesn't have I'm okay with it because he doesn't have pop cans and food wrappers and stuff. I'm okay with paper and stuff. I'm good.
Yeah. I think that maybe if you have a different spot in your room, that would be good. But yeah, as long as you're keeping it clean, it's not the end of the world.
But that plastic bag.
Yeah. I don't even know what I want to say about that.
What is it? Some putty?
I'm hoping. Oh, he says books in a white bag. There you go. No, that's kind of disappointing. I was hoping it was something.
Yeah, but if they're books, leave them because you can see the titles and it gives it character.
Yeah.
Don't try to cover them up.
The plastic bag makes it look like there was a leak or something. Whenever I see something covered in a plastic bag, that's what it makes me think of. Also, you know how we were talking about the mic arm earlier? I think that he should invest in that because I used to have the same thing he did. It's sort of like, an on-stage arm for your microphone. You want, exactly like that. I think if he was to get what I had, especially for the kind of desk he has, it would work perfect. So
for sure. But again, if he shoots video and stuff, I need this mic arm. If I had a boom arm like you, I couldn't, because I don't have a bunch of stuff and I use it to capture, I put it over my head as when I'm shooting and stuff.
That's why
so maybe he does that because it looks like it's aimed down like a shotgun mic. So maybe that's what he uses it for.
True. I mean, if he does, you can pick one of these up for about $20 and you could also keep your arm and fold it up. That's what I do. Not that I use my arm for that, but when I'm not producing the show, I'll use it and things like that. But all right, quick rapid fire. Here we go. The headphones, I would find a different positioning spot for it. Watch my video on how to hang it up. I would also definitely reposition the speakers. That is not that's not a can't think of the word right now. That is not the perfect positioning for it. You want something that will actually say, okay, this is the left channel, this is the right channel. That bag on the left side, definitely move it elsewhere. Not really the best positioning for it.
Just take the books out and leave the books there.
Yeah.
Solve the problem.
And definitely what is that? Like a messenger bag on the left side. That too. Another bag. That could be placed elsewhere. And really it's just I'm
okay with it. I mean, it's nothing I would sit down at because I think it's something just like you said. And now that you said it, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to sit down. Is something going to leak on my head?
Yeah, no, I think it's a legitimate, like when I see a plastic bag wrapped around something, I'm like, wow, that's probably soaking wet. Like
probably moldy as, as all.
It smells terrible. Yeah. Oh man. I really do like the blue wall with the blue LEDs though. So I would definitely keep that going. But I mean, that's really all I have to say. Do you have any final thoughts on this setup?
No, it's okay. It's nothing I would be happy to sit down at.
Now Adam's like, thanks, Tomas. Really appreciate that.
You gotta have, I don't know, I gotta sit down and feel creative. That's just me.
Yeah, and you'd sit there and feel trapped and like
I feel like, oh man,
mold.
Mold.
That's it. And wow, I can't believe we're actually at the last setup already. which is pretty crazy. I don't know how we got there that quick. Well, it's been about like 30 minutes. But anyways, this one I feel is like really interesting for us because it's so empty. All right, so it's submitted by Tyler. He said, I just finished working on this setup. I've done the best I can with cable management, and only one of my cables is dangling down with an extension for my MacBook Pro charger. I don't have any money right now. I'm 16, and well, he runs a YouTube channel, Ty's Tech Help HD, so check him out. But there's a lot. My first question, I'm going to ask these questions to you because that's the best way to do this. Yeah. So first question is, where is his left speaker?
Behind the monitor.
Why is it behind the monitor?
If you think about sound, he probably turned it around, if he's smart, and let it bounce off and come back at him.
But does that make the most sense?
Probably not. Maybe he likes filling up his room with sound. I don't know.
Yeah. He's got a lot of open room, on that desk. And it's just weird how he does that. Or he just doesn't use a left speaker.
Maybe he's only got one. Maybe his only one's hooked up to it.
Yeah, YOLO. All right, so now my second question for you would be, what do you think about only having a laptop? I'm not dissing it. I'm asking what are your thoughts on only having a laptop?
I started with a laptop and run it as my on-the-go desktop. So you learn a lot how to use your system in a way that you conserve your resources, per se. So you think about your workflow. You learn a lot about workflow and how to execute and get the most productivity out of it. So it's a good start. I would start there.
Yeah, I definitely think it's good.
Because you can't be rendering and recording audio and stuff. You have to think about what the stages in which your creative process is. And if he's running a YouTube channel, then it's the best way to think about how to utilize what it is you have. And it looks like he's utilizing it to the max.
Yeah, and here's another good question for you based off the laptops. Do you think it would be beneficial, because when you think of laptop, you think portability, obviously. He definitely is on the go with it. But do you think it would be worth having a separate keyboard, a separate mouse, and start to expand on things for at his desk so that he could just unplug, use his laptop, and come back to a whole setup?
For sure. I couldn't do it. It would bother me. I wouldn't. The first thing I bought was an external keyboard, and I go wired. I know it's not a popular view, but I don't like changing batteries, and I like having full control.
Yeah. I need to do that. My Apple keyboard right now is blinking at me. I need to change it.
I got the Apple keyboard, but I got the wired with the numeric pad. So
yeah, man, I used to depend on that keypad, and then I went without it, and I was like, all right, I could do this.
Let me say the first thing that I thought on this is, did you vacuum? I know you're a kid and everything, but your parents need to say, hey, vacuum your area, because it needs it.
Yeah, and it's true though. It's yeah, especially that left corner.
Oh man, please.
I also feel like the whole shopping bag in the trash can.
Ugh.
It kills it, dude. Find something else. You could definitely have an alternative, and it would definitely show that you're not,
just leave the garbage can there without anything in it.
Yeah, you can just clean it out.
It'll keep you from throwing food and stuff that's nasty in there.
Yeah,
you just throw away paper.
Yeah, you get up and throw that stuff in a different garbage can. But that's just a wild,
But he needs the vacuum.
Yeah. Hashtag vacuum. Yeah. The crates, I don't think there's really a problem with it, but you know what you should do for some fun? Buy some spray paint. And if you want to take that to the next level, just spray paint the whole thing black. Make it cool,
Or take that sticker off, and I don't know, I'm sure he has figurines or something. Stack them in there.
True. Yeah. And I don't know if you have other stickers that you could just put there instead to sort of personalize it. So do something with it. Make those
sort of light in there. I don't know.
Yeah,
something.
Do whatever. It also would be cool if he was to, I know this is a lot to ask, but if he had the time, he could sand down his desk and paint it black, and it looks a little glossy now, so you definitely have to probably sand it down. But
for sure, but you don't even need to sand it down because Krylon makes a pretty dang good paint.
True.
You can paint over that. Just clean it, paint it.
Yeah, because I think if that was black, his setup would definitely the crates, the desk, everything was black, it would start to look really, really, really sick.
Yeah, or do a two-tone, either a black top and white legs, or black legs and white top. That would look nice.
Yeah. See, I like how simple it is because he has room to do whatever he wants and take it to that next level. And LEDs would work.
My OCD's kicking in. His freaking poster is not hung up straight, and it's ripped. Yeah. Just take it down.
Yeah, no, seriously, I would, because I have a video on how to. Okay, I don't even know why I have this video up still on how to all about poster frames. Yeah, I'm probably gonna remove that video. It's like obvious common sense tips, but then I see things like this, and I'm like, maybe I should keep the video up, because maybe some people don't know. You could buy a frame so cheap, so maybe just do that
or cut it. Cut it around and hang it back up, but get something out to help you eye that down, because that's just crazy. Vacuum and take that thing down. You're going to get a higher score next time.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. So there you go. Wise words from Tomas. You just need to vacuum. And, really, I would just keep it at vacuum for now. If he vacuumed, I would definitely give more points.
For sure.
But okay, now we're at the point of the show where we're going to talk about the points. How I just said the point of the show where we talk about points. Wow. Okay. Anyways, let's take a look at the first setup. Kyle scored a overall score of 38. Matt scored a 75. Kevin scored a 61. James scored a 50. And Adam scored a 28, and Tyler finished up with a 38. Overall, first place winner goes to Matt, and second place winner is Kevin. So those two setups will be making
Congratulations.
Yeah, see that? I feel like that was a really good selection of winners.
I really like Kyle's. It's productive, man. And
you mean Kevin?
No, Kyle's. I like Kevin's a lot because he got the middle score, but
okay.
I'm looking at Kyle's right now with the two monitors where he does web development.
Yeah.
He didn't score high enough, but I like it because it gets the job done. And hear me out on this. He has a 13-inch MacBook, and it's the old unibody, and he figured out how to extend 3 monitors off that thing.
That's pretty awesome.
Much applause to you, man, because that's no easy task, and he got it going. So I dig it.
Yeah, and he obviously likes how it's working because
I just feel compelled to go back and to the guys that didn't score very high and
yeah. Well, you know what?
Give them a little.
They're all really it's so easy for these setups to just do a little bit of cleanup and take it to the next level. So
yeah, and Adams, you only got a low score because of that plastic bag.
Yeah, it's all Tomas's fault, not mine. No. But seriously, guys, this is the point of the show. People always say, why do you show setups that look like this? Blah, 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 blah. It's because we're showing you how to pimp your setup, Take it to the next level, put some time and effort into it, show some passion, and you could have a top setup soon enough. But before we do end, I want to, again, congratulate Matt and Kevin. You guys will be moving on for a chance to win, a chance to be in the Hall of Fame, which we're coming up on episode 10, and that's when it's all going to go down. So
nice.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for everything else going on. Don't forget, guys, drop a toy. Check out his channel to, see the video on what you have to do. And overall, it's been a great show. Thanks, Tomas, for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
I freaking love it, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Your quality is top notch, man. And
thanks,
you
man.
Need to keep doing what it is you're doing, because you're doing it on a high level, and you're going to get noticed at some point on the level of professionalism that you carry yourself with, and the team behind it that you got this running with. Only a matter of time. And I'm going to be like, I was on that show once.
I really appreciate that, man. It means a lot. And I definitely want to have you on again, along with Carlos and your whole crew. And man, one day I have to do a thing where we get tons of setups together and just a huge group of people, rapid fire. That'd be fun.
Sure.
So overall, guys, thanks for joining the show. It was fun. What did you think about the time length? Let us know. And be sure to check out Tomas. Obviously, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. He's got a lot of awesome content. He's definitely up and coming because your production quality too is just like really, really good. And I really hope people check you out and we grow together and take over the internet. So
sure.
Yeah, it's one day we'll take
Drop
over.
a toy, everybody. Check out toysfortots.org, please.
Check it out.
Even if it's just a share is as good as a donation. Yeah. It's holiday season. Regardless of your religion or whatever, there are children out there that are less fortunate than us and have internet access and don't expect anything on Christmas. This allows for these children to have something. So check it out.
Check it out. Make sure you tweet it out. Do all that. If you tweet it out, obviously tag Tomas so he sees, and you could all spread the word, and I'll be doing it too. So that's going to be fun. But yeah. So again, guys, thanks so much for watching Pimp My Setup episode 7, recorded live on December 12th, 2014. I said episode 7. Damn it. I people called me out. I have to fix it. It does say episode 7.
9.
But hey, I will get that fixed. Just watch post-production. It's coming. But okay, guys.
Down. It's going down. Hashtag drop a toy.
Wait, do it again. What's the going down? I don't get that.
It's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
It is going down.
But I got that, but the they get confused the hell out of me. Okay. Anyways, it's going down apparently, and that's it. So guys, I'm Mad Philie. Check me out on Twitter at Mad Philie.
And I am Tomas Villegas. Check me out. You see that little? I'm pointing to the right area.
Yeah, there you go. You did it.
There we go.
Yeah, check it out. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the Flippity Flop. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow at Pimp My Setup on Twitter for the latest info about the show. And check out swashin.tv/schedule to know when we'll be live again. Stay up to date with Matt Philie by following him on Twitter at Matt Philie. And until next time, we'll catch you on the Flippity Flop.